Before you introduce yourself to the world, your character has already introduced you to life. Identity is planted, not announced.
Life script.
Hello everyone, you're welcome to another moment here on Life Script with Dynamic Pressure. Yes, this is still the Seed series, moving upward and forward. This is the 6th episode, number 6. Wow. Alright, so let's quickly dive into it before we do a kind of review, yeah? Today we're going to be looking at the seeds of identity, character. So have you wondered why there are a set of persons in the society we call the B boys and the G boys? I mean the bad boys and the good boys, or girls and the likes. You know, they have displayed certain character traits. They have planted different character traits that has now reflected their identity, who they are. Character is the collection of repeated personal choices. It is who you really are when performance ends. You know, pretense is possible, reputation is possible, like that public image, who people assume you to be, the self people assign to you. But when that ends, when you return to your real self, that is character. Character is who you are as against what people think you are. Your character is your personality, but you see what people say you are, especially when it is what you're not. That is reputation. And one thing I like about character over reputation is that it must surely prevail, and with time it will be exposed, whether good or bad. You cannot pretend for so long because life has a way of bringing out the content in your container. Okay? An old proverb says, character is like smoke. You cannot hide it. It has its way of showing up when you least expect. You know, who you're trying to be when you're putting your steeds together and you're in your comfort zone, like comfortable situation, most times is not who you really are. You know, the seed of character is a very silent one because one, it does not have an audience. Next, it grows slowly and it does not attract instant rewards. Most of the irresponsible adults that we have in society today did not become irresponsible overnight. But they are a product of accumulated wrong choices and habits that may have trailed behind them from childhood. So a person either gets fruits of gains or pains from their seeds of character, not immediately, but eventually, because it will create their identity. You agree with me that cultivating the right character seed is most profitable, and this is done through consistent small decisions of your choices and your habits, what you do on a daily basis, because they will influence your character and your character will influence your destiny, where you end at the end of the day. The next is build integrity without rewards. When you get to receive pay for every good thing you do, then that's not the real you. The last is to discipline yourself in private. Character is a collection of repeated private choices. Discipline yourself because we live inside out. Alright, I'll share an interesting story with the moral lessons I derived from the story. Not just a story, it's a testimony, a life testimony I witnessed, because upon receiving the concept of the Seed series, I heard something related and I had to write it down on the 13th of January 2025. The guy shared the story of how God got him connected with a woman that gave him a job to firstly draft the budget for a program, then execute it. So he did that, and upon execution everything was complete. There was balance. He had a balance of 30,000 naira and he was at the crossroad. Should I return this money? Should I tell the woman about it? Should I just take the money? Because after all, the budget has been drawn, the money has been delivered, and I did the job. Like, what is her business if they exchange or not? But then he decided to tell the woman about the balance left. Remember, I said that life has a way of proving your character proving the content in your container. So he told the woman about the balance and she was impressed, like, do people still do this? Can I see a person of such integrity? And then a relationship was established and they got talking. Like, then the woman asked him, what are you doing? And he informed her of his intention to go for an online digital training that will cost him a lot. Okay, so the cost for the training was 300,000 and he needed a laptop. So the woman assured him of paying for that training and told him to go and make inquiry for the cost of the laptop. So since it was a favor, he did not want to go for a laptop with a high budget. After the inquiry, he told the woman the laptop will cost 280,000. But guess what? She was like, would that laptop, the capacity of the laptop, give you what you want? Later on, she bought him a laptop worth 500,000 naira. I'm not missing words, okay? So you see the display of, or the fruit this guy has gotten from a single seed of integrity, character that he sowed. Here are now the moral lessons. God will connect you with the right persons, with the right opportunities, but it is your responsibility, your sole responsibility, to maintain them with the right character. Because your character can draw people to you and your character can drive them away from you. Depend on the seed you sow. Next, the benefit of the good things you will do is more to you than to the person you did it for. For this guy, if he had taken that 30K and kept it to himself, that deal would have been done and dusted. No more relationship, no continued favor, nothing. Because obviously, this woman does not need the 30,000 naira. But his ability to tell the woman about the money was an action of planting, letting the money go, letting the seed go in order for it to bear fruits. You see, 30,000 naira is 1/10 of 300,000 naira. But this particular 30K did not just yield him 300. It yielded much more than we are even talking about right now. Nobody eats their seed and eats the fruit. You can't eat your cake and have it. So it is either you let the seed go and get the fruit later, or you eat the seed and get satisfied with it for life. I bet you, if so many people know the rewards attached to their character traits, they will be very careful, either positive or negative. They'll be very careful. So what am I saying? You don't even know the character trait that will help you or that will repel you tomorrow. So all you have to do is just to be you. Be the good you that you need to be. All right? Don't compromise standards. Don't bend your principles. Just display the good seeds. Sow the right seeds, regardless of rewards or not. But surely they will come, because that law is constant. The law of sowing and reaping. Whatever a man sows, that he shall reap. Therefore, don't undermine or ignore your character, because your life and destiny depends on it. Until you're taking your character seriously, you're not taking your destiny seriously. And it begins with being careful with your thoughts. Your thoughts forms your habits and your choices, and this influences your character, who you are. When character is weak, your identity becomes fragile. Alright, for today's episode, I will leave you with a think point. Character is a seed that you plant when nobody is watching, right? Then ask yourself, who are your personal and private choices forming you to become? Who? This episode is a call of awareness to self. What's your identity? Who do people know you as? And who are you in the real sense? What's the C? Is it just your reputation or your personality? This is a call for us to sit ourselves down. Any trait that will not help you tomorrow, please do away with them today. Yes, so at this junction, we're going to take another pause. I know somebody will be like, this post no dey finish. When will the seed series end? All right, no problem. This particular episode is the semi-finals, as we say in football. So the final will be the next episode. That's the 7th series. This is the 6th, and if you've not participated in the previous series, please do. We have a whole lot that has been laid down. The seeds you were born with, the seeds of reality, the seeds of direction, the seeds of influence, and this is the seeds of identity. And the next will be 2 seeds interwoven in one series. And that will be the seeds of opportunity and the seeds of control. Trust me, you'll not like to miss it. You see, one thing I've discovered is that all of these little things we are talking about, they are the little drops of water that makes a mighty ocean. Be a part of it. Get tuned, subscribe to this channel, share it with somebody, like, give us your comments in the comment section. We are together. This is a community and we are moving together. Thank you guys for all of your engagement. Thank you for now. Thank you for always. This remains the Seed series on Life Script with Dynamic Precious. I'll see you soonest. Bye.